been watching my stuff for a while, you probably noticed that I don't do a whole lot with other people. I enjoy going places with Cindy and doing things with Cindy, and I got a handful of friends. Greg and Jeff and them are about the ones I usually do something with, but mostly I like kind of being by myself. Maybe that's kind of a strange deal, but I don't know, it's kind of enjoyable to just relax and be alone. Doing these videos, it's for sure easier because it's hard to talk to yourself when there's somebody else along. You know, if there's somebody else along, you're talking to them instead of to you folks. I don't know, it's enjoyable either way, but I guess I'm kind of a loner. I never really thought of myself as such, but I guess I am. One of John Wayne's movies, I think it was Strother Martin. I'm not sure which one it was. I don't think it was True Grit, but it might have been. He was the ferry boat operator, little raft that they had to cross the river with. And one of his lines in there I thought was just perfect. He says, "I'm a cantankerous old man and I know it. I like myself better than anybody I've ever met, and I took this job, be alone with me." I know the feeling well. I guess one of the things I like about being by yourself is that you can do what you want to do. You don't have to see what the other person wants to do or anything. You can, if I feel like going home, I can go home. If I feel like running up the mountain or trying to run up the mountain after a critter, I can do that too. Or I can just park somewhere and sit and watch the hillside or who knows what, you know. And when you got other folks along, it kind of makes that a little bit harder. You kind of have to see what they want to do and go from there. But I don't know. Not that I don't like people. I just don't like people. I think part of the reason is that working for the fairgrounds, there's so many people. You know, I mean, they all got problems. They all want something that I probably can't help them with or try to help them with, and if they tried on their own, they wouldn't need my help anyway. But they don't. They end up trying to go the easy way out and push it off onto me or Cindy, and I don't know, you get awful tired of it. There's a lot of belly aching, a lot of fighting. People don't get along with each other, and they think that the fairgrounds has a ton of money and they want this done, they want that done. They don't realize that the fairgrounds doesn't have a lot of money. They do what they can as best as they can, and it's not going to be perfect for everybody. But you have to listen to that, and I don't know, by the end of the season, you just don't want to be around anybody anymore. And it's kind of my relaxing time. I can get all the clutter out of my head and become reasonably insane again. Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, I guess. A lot of folks, like my buddy Bill from high school, he was out here and he didn't really understand that. And it wasn't that I didn't want to be around him, it's just that I didn't want to be around anybody. I don't know. Is that strange? Hearing myself say it kind of sounds strange, but I'm a cantankerous old man and I know it. I get along really well with me, myself, and I. Not so much with other people. So anyway, let's go set some beaver traps, huh? I really want to get that tent up. Been wanting to do that for a couple of years now. Last year I wanted to do it, and I was going to do it, and Cindy ended up having all those doctor problems and things, and couldn't get away for that last year. But this year she's doing really well, and I should be able to sneak away if I just get my stuff together and go and do it. I'm trying to get Dave Morelli to do it, because he's a trapper, but he lives 40 miles out of town. And I mean, when you say that, around here, he lives 40 miles from really any town. And then it's 100 miles from my house to where I want to go. So for him to do it, it's probably 150 miles or more. I don't know if he's going to do that, but what my plan was, until I ended up with these wolves, was I was going to set some beaver traps and set up a camp, but I wasn't really going to stay in the camp that much. What the plan was to run wolf traps between my house and that tent. And then at the end of the line where the tent was, have a few beaver traps, and the beaver would somewhat pay for the gas. The wolf traps, it's so iffy to get anything. They would probably be empty, and I'd just be wasting my gas money. But that was kind of the plan. And now that has kind of changed a little bit, because the way the Foundation for Wildlife Management works is to get paid for those wolves, you have to have receipts for those wolves. You have to have receipts to be reimbursed. It's not a bounty. A bounty, you catch something and they pay you for it. This is a reimbursement. They're paying for your expenses. So I'm down to receipts enough for one more. If I catch one more, then I gotta come up with $2,000 more receipts. And I don't really want to spend any money right now. I might. I mean, gas money to check traps adds up in a big hurry, and I probably wouldn't even nearly have to worry about more receipts. But anyway, so now what I'm thinking is set up that tent and stay a few days, catch a half dozen or so beaver, and come on back home. Now, that's not that many beaver for a 100-mile trip, but there's other people back there trapping that, and I don't want to crowd in on them. And beaver are so easy to wipe out. You can do it really easily. There's a lot of beaver back here, but like I say, there's other people doing it. So between them and me, it might be too many, and I would like to be able to do this again. So anyway, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really kind of wanting to do this. So hopefully I'll get my stuff together and get it done. If Morelli doesn't go, I'll probably be by myself, which is okay too. Bring up Lily, maybe Dottie. Cora, like I say, she likes to stay with Cindy, but I don't know. I kind of worry about taking my dogs in the wintertime anyway, because I know where my traps are, but I don't know where somebody else's traps are. I worry about my dogs. I've always put up signs for my bigger traps for wolves and things, for marten and beaver and things. I usually don't, unless it's an area where there might be duck hunters. Now, duck hunters usually have labs with them, and labs will get into those traps just as easy as anything else. So anyway, that's the plan. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but now, my wolf traps were empty, and I'm heading back home. Getting lower elevation, and you can tell the snow is getting to be less. It might warm up today and melt anyway. There was a camp right here. Let's see if he's still there. Nope, they have pulled out. The other day, I noticed that they left all this old welfare wood. Got the weird lengths for a campfire and not maybe the best for a wood stove. But hey, it's there. I can throw that in my truck. Over here real quick, see where the tent was and if they left any. Nope, I don't see any. Their tent was in that bare spot. The campfire ring is over here. I don't see any extra firewood here. That other spot definitely has some, so I'll load that up and head for the house. Cattle tracks here. You know what? Those actually, yeah, I think they're beef cow, but that could possibly be an elk track right there. Be kind of funny being that there was a camp right here looking for deer and elk. Little bit of wood, and as an added bonus, looky here. I got a pair of socks, and what is this thing? That's some ladies' drawers. Well, those can stay put. Ew. So my buddy Kevin, Idaho Hillbilly, he come up with this whole name of welfare wood. Somebody was trying to insult him is what it was. And said he was just a welfare case and all this stuff, and the name kind of stuck. He was joking about it being welfare wood. You don't have to work for this, you just go and pick it up. It's a perfect name for it when you think about it. So, for not having to work for it, that ain't a bad little load. It's weird lengths and odd shapes, but that's okay. All I had to do is pick it up. And I left a little bit just for somebody to come by and have a fire if they want to, warm up a little. But I have more firewood tags than what I'm gonna use this year. You notch these just the same as you would a deer tag. Anyway, throw this on the load and head on home. And yes, I really notched the tag. See ya, folks. You gotta wonder about that.